Hello guys, welcome to another video. This time in the second channel, we're gonna be doing something called the Hunger Games Simulator. And it's gonna be with the TF2 crew. There's probably gonna be more of this, but not exactly with Team Fortress 2. But for now we're doing Team Fortress 2. So first off, we got the red team of Scout, Soldier, Pyro, Demo Man, Heavy, NG, Medic, Sniper, and Spy. But we also got the classics of the same things. But we got all of their older versions, excluding Classic Medic because he did not appear in the comics in his old self. We also got Redman and Blutark Man, along with their third brother Greyman, along with their administrator Miss Pauling and Saxon Hale. Anyways, let's get into it. The Bloodbath. Soldier runs away from the cornucopia. Classic Heavy grabs a shovel. Saxon Hale strangles Heavy with a rope. Heavy's already gone. Classic Soldier runs away from the cornucopia. Classic Sniper clutches a first aid kit and runs away. The Administrator runs away from the cornucopia. Engineer runs away from the cornucopia. Blutark and Scout fight for a bag. Blutark gives up and retreats. Classic Demo Man runs away from the cornucopia. Medic rips a mace out of Redmond's hands. Demo Man runs away from the cornucopia. Classic Pyro snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Sniper runs away from the cornucopia. Spy runs away from the cornucopia too, along with Miss Pauling. Classic Spy, Scout, and Engineer work together to get as many supplies as possible. Classic Medic runs away from the cornucopia. Pyro stays at the cornucopia for resources. Greyman runs away from the cornucopia. Classic Sniper sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Classic Soldier practices archery. Redmond, the Administrator, and Medic hunt for the tributes. Classic Pyro, Greyman, and Classic Heavy hunt for the tributes. Soldier receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Scout also receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Demo Man discovers a river. Miss Polly makes a wooden spear. Spy sets an explosives off, killing Saxon Hale. Spy. He decides to go to the Demo Man way. Blutark diverts Pyro's attention and runs away. Classic Engineer injures himself. Classic Medic attacks Engineer, but he manages to escape. Classic Scout sprains his ankle while running away from the Sniper. Sniper was trying to headshot the Scout. Scout was doing his best to dodge the shots, spraining his ankle while doing it. Classic Spy collects fruit from a tree. And Classic Demo Man receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Classic Medic, the Administrator, Classic Soldier, and Medic tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood, while Classic Pyro and Redmond sleep in shifts. Classic Heavy tends to Scout's wounds. Soldier and Pyro tell stories about themselves to each other. That would be a strange conversation because Pyro is just with his mumbling. He ain't telling actual words. But Soldier, he probably doesn't care. He talks to the inanimate cardboards. So I'm pretty sure man behind the mask is not much of a difference. Miss Pauling begs Sniper to kill her. He refuses, keeping Miss Pauling alive. Classic Sniper is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Spy, Engineer, and Blutark sleep in shifts. Classic Demo Man tries to treat his infection. Classic Scout passes out from exhaustion. You gotta stop running, man. Classic Engineer and Greyman hold hands. Classic Spy receives hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Demo Man receives fresh cream from an unknown sponsor. Pyro, Spy, and Classic Scout hunt for other tributes. Miss Pauling camouflages herself in the bushes. Scout discovers a river. Classic Sniper dies from hunger. Demo Man fishes. Classic Pyro scares Redmond off. I mean, she's been saying with torture, I would too, run off. Classic Medic discovers a river. Medic and Soldier hunt for other tributes. Classic Spy explores the arena. Classic Demo Man goes hunting. Classic Heavy sees smoke rising in the distance. He decides not to investigate. Greyman receives clean water from the unknown sponsor. Sniper discovers a cave. The Administrator and Engineer hunt for the tribute. Classic Engineer receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Classic Soldier collects fruit from a tree. Blutark discovers a cave. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Classic Sniper. Blutark thinks about home. Scout, the Administrator, and Engineer sleep in shifts. Classic Medic destroys Classic Demo Man supplies while he's asleep. You two are in the same team. Classic Engineer and Classic Soldier hold hands. Medic is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Classic Pyro, Classic Scout, Pyro, Spy, and Classic Spy sleeping shifts. We got the normal and the classics here, except for normal Scout. Miss Pauling thinks about winning. Devilman destroys soldier supplies while he is asleep. Aren't you two like friends? Redman and Grayman tell stories about themselves to each other. Classic Heavy tries to treat his infection. Sniper stays awake all night. Day 3. Classic Scout, Classic Engineer, Sniper, and Spy hunt for the tributes. The Administrator sprains her ankle while running away from Classic Devilman. Soldier tends to Classic Medic's wounds. Miss Pauling picks flowers. Blue Tart fishes. Everyone is just peacefully enjoying their life. And Scout receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. I'm sure he's gonna throw that around. Medic and Classic Heavy work together for the day. I don't think that's gonna end well for Classic Heavy. Redman discovers a river. These man brothers are just exploring everywhere. They found rivers and caves. And they're fishing too. What's next? Classic Pyro chases Gray Man. Classic Pyro's just chasing everyone. Engineer discovers a river. He sees Redman on the other side. Classic Spy and Pyro split up to search for resources. Classic Soldier and Devilman hunt for tributes. Devilman decides to become friends with Classic Soldier after the incident of that last night. Arena event. A fire spreads throughout the arena. The Pyros cause a fire. Everyone run. Miss Pauling and Sniper fail to find a safe spot and suffocate. Oh god, that's 2 down. The Administrator survives. Pyro survives. Redman and Soldier fail to find a safe spot and suffocate. Actually makes sense for Pyro to survive. His suit is flame-proof-ish. He won't burn that easily. Devilman kills Medic in order to utilize a bottle of water safely. Devilman, don't you drink beer? Classic Metal kills Grayman in order to utilize a bottle of water safely. Now Classic Medic makes more sense. Not only does he know that there's probably water because he's a doctor, but he never knew Grayman. Grayman never hired him. He was never there. Devilman falls to the ground, but kicks Scout hard enough to then push him into the fire. Classic Pyro survives. See what I'm telling you? The Pyros caused it. They both survived. They knew what they were dealing with. Classic Spy also survives. Engineer falls to the ground, but kicks his own father hard enough to then push him into the fire. My god, the betrayal! Classic Heavy survives. The fire catches up to Classic Soldier, killing him. Spy survives. Both Spies survived. Both Pyro survives. The Spies probably used dead ringers. Classic Scout survives. A fireball strikes Blue Tart, killing him. 10 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Miss Pauling, Sniper, Redman, Soldier, Medic, Grayman, Scout, Classic Engineer, Classic Soldier, Blue Tart. That means all the Man Brothers are just dead. Night 3. Classic Scout and Engineer talks about the tribute still alive. But we know Engineer's father ain't alive. Classic Medic cries himself to sleep. I mean, he did kill someone for a body for some water. Pyro and the Administrator hold hands. The Pyro won the meat versus match. He won his weapon. Classic Devilman questions his sanity. Classic Spy and Classic Pyro huddle for warmth. Devilman defeats Spy in the fight but spares his life. Classic Heavy dies from thirst. Well, there goes that. Day 4. Classic Devilman hunts for other tributes. Spy discovers a river. Engineer and Devilman hunt for other tributes. Pyro practices archery. Classic Spy tries to spear fish with a trident. The Administrator discovers a river. Classic Medic defeats Classic Scout in the fight, but spares his life. Classic Pyro questions her sanity. Arena event. Acid pours down the arena. These people just can't take a break with the arena. First we got fire, and then we got acid. The arena's just trying to burn them. The Administrator survives. Devilman also survives. Classic Pyro survives. Engineer survives. Classic Devilman survives. Spy is unable to find a shelter and dies. Pyro survives. Classic Spy survives, and Classic Medic is unable to find shelter and dies, while Classic Scout also survives. Wow, that was a lot of people surviving. Three cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Classic Heavy, Spy, and Classic Medic. Night 4. Engineer loses sight of where he is. Devilman, Classic Scout, the Administrator, Classic Devilman, and Classic Pyro sleep in shifts. Classic Spy and Pyro run into each other inside the truth for the night. The Feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's family. Classic Devilman ambushes the Administrator and kills her. Pyro stuffs a bundle of dry clothing into a backpack before sprinting away. Classic Pyro and Devilman track down and kill Classic Scout. Engineer decides not to go to the feast. Classic Spy cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Day 5. Classic Pyro receives clean water from the unknown sponsor. Pyro injures himself. These two Pyros are just like making it to the end. Classic Devilman repeatedly stabs Engineer to death with sighs. Classic Devilman is just out for blood. Devilman receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. That will not be used to Devilman. He'll probably die from drinking clean water. He needs the alcohol. 4 cannon shots to be heard in the distance. The Administrator, Classic Scout, Classic Spy, and Engineer. And with that, we're in our final 4. Classic Pyro, Pyro, Classic Devilman, and Devilman. So it's between the Pyros and the Devilman. What? Like, I'm more surprised that that ended up happening as just like a 2v2 class thing. Classic Pyro looks at the night sky. Devilman receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. It's time to go demo gaming. Classic Devilman pushes Pyro off a cliff during a night fight. How much ghost does he have? Day 6. Classic Devilman explores arena. Classic Pyro poisons Devilman's drinks. He drinks it and dies. That's it. Team Fortress 2 is down. It's now just Team Fortress Classic between Classic Devilman and Classic Pyro. 2 cannon shots being heard in the distance. Pyro Devilman. Anyways, it's time for the final one. Drum roll. Classic Pyro strangles Classic Devilman with a rope. Oh my god, Devilman just wet. Classic Pyro just killed Classic Devilman the same way Spy killed Classic Devilman in the comics. Oh, with that, Classic Pyro wins. The insane Pyro wins. Here are all the placements. Our poor Heavy didn't make it far. Neither did the Snipers. The Snipers barely got that far. And with the most kills, it's with Classic Devilman. My god. Oh my god. Pyro made it to like Final 4 and he hadn't killed a single person. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more Hunger Games simulators, please probably say in the comments, I guess. There is a certain Hunger Games that's coming up that I'm going to be doing with a friend. But I'm not going to spoil anything. I hope you all enjoyed.